Hello and welcome to Bitcoin Smart Money. Today is October 27th, 2017. It's a little after 9:30 here on the East Coast, and just wanted to give you guys a weekly update as it's Friday. And one thing I found from earlier this week, was a tweet from Crypto Cobain, and I just thought it really exemplified a good risk pyramid for crypto investing. And you could even relate it to investing in ETFs, leveraged, and then having safe investments through the SPY/SPYs, S&P 500. So let's just look at it real quick. And you can see from the bottom of the pyramid, purple, which is 40 to 60% of your capital. It's just for long-term Bitcoin holds, the highest quality component of cryptocurrency. For me, it's a 60% position, more so. And looking at orange, this is where you increase the risk. Let's think anything in the top 15 or so, and you could have roughly 30 to 40% of your capital in this, and that would also give you some nice diversification, as well as giving you quality coins that have a larger market cap. As we move up the pyramid, there's two more levels now, around 50% of your capital or so, even 10 to 20%, just depending on how your risk tolerance is, what your age is, and what your current finances are. These are going to be higher risk, high reward alts, but they also have good setups. They're good projects, and one that comes to mind for me is Ubiq. It's in my position there, and they could fail, but they also could have really high ROI. I could see Ubiq doing a 200% gain here. Where are you going to find that type of return? And that's why it gives you that high risk, high reward potential. Now, the top of the pyramid, I look at projects that are anywhere from 5 million to 25 million dollar market cap, and it's really big time high risk, high reward. A smaller one in the $15 million market cap range or so, I would say, would be GRS. It's made a nice pump this morning, but it's sold off 65 to 70% off of its highs. This way, if you have bad choices, it doesn't really mess up your portfolio, but it also gives you that high risk reward, and you're also diversified for when Bitcoin trades sideways or down. Alts generally will tend to go up. So it just gives you, these are kind of like the real basics of portfolio construction, and then also keeping your portfolio diversified, as well as something that could make a lot of money in the long term, because that's really what we're here. It's more of you got to look at the long term, have patience in investing. That's why Bitcoin, the bottom, is going to represent 40 to 60% in my opinion of your capital. All right, let's move on to a site I found recently, and I really like it. It does the top 10 or so cryptos, and what it does is it gives you a update on what's going on in that world of crypto from a few different points of views. Let's look at just Bitcoin here. It gives you the current price, kind of like a little small shot of the chart, and you can see the different forums that they have. There's Twitter here. There's the different subreddits for what's going on with Bitcoin. You can see the different topics, and you can also see the Google trends and interest over time. And this one's really important because it correlates to the price increase in Bitcoin. You can see as more interest and Google searches happen for Bitcoin and BTC, the price rises. So it's just a really cool website. It's Coinbuzz.stream, and you can see here it does it for all the major coins, and I just think it's really cool tool. One of the other tools I used earlier this week was swapping out my ERC20 quantum tokens. Instead of leaving them on the exchange for them to be swapped out, I kept them under my possession and then used this tool to swap them out, and it was a small transaction fee, but I like the way the process works. And here's how you could do it. Let's just put in kind of a test run, and I'll do a quick refresh here. And this is all you really have to do. You take your quantum tokens from your MyEther wallet, or wherever you're storing them, most likely there. And I just used my Ledger Nano S, and I put in how many I was going to exchange, hit next, pasted my quantum address in there. So I just put a quantum address in and hit next step, and then from there, it'll send you the new QTUM blockchain tokens to your QTUM wallet. And the reason why you want to do this is you can stake your coins and make a nice ROI over time. All you do is from my Ether wallet, you send over the transaction using the send tokens function on myetherwallet.com, and you'll send it to this address here up top. And then once you do that, it'll get deposited to your QTUM Core wallet, where you can start staking the tokens or the QTUMs. And the reason why this is good is you can see here from the staking calculator, say you had 100 QTUMs and you were to stake those, your expected yearly ROI is going to be 6%. So that's pretty nice on $1,000 the trade it's worth about right now, and you'll make 6 QTUMs. So it's pretty cool. Right now I'm staking a bunch of different coins, this being one of them, and I think it's just a very interesting tool. Well, let's look at a couple different things I'm looking at here with Bitcoin and NEO today. And there's been some pressure on Bitcoin since it made a new high up to the 6,000. It made a lower high from that 6,200 it made on October 21st. Last night it hit a little over 6,000, depending on what exchange you're working on. However, you can see we're having some sell pressure here, and intermediate signal, at 5,700 is a decent spot. It's a good support spot, for a long-term position. However, we could really come back down to this 5,400, no problem, maybe a little bit above it, 5,500, and then continue the journey upwards. We're just going to have to see where the volume unfolds. You can see the last, big bar of volumes we've had have been, negative the last 3. And then when we're below this 0 line, it shows that there's not a lot of volume being traded in either direction, but we've got more sells than buys, hence the move down from 5,780, 5,800 this morning. So I could see, like I said, Bitcoin coming back down, testing the 56, 5,500, no problem. If it goes through this 5,450 period, 5,200 would be next stop, and then we can keep evaluating. But what we would really like to see is what the volume's telling us. So that's what I see about Bitcoin right now. NEO's been really interesting for me. So let's look at it here from the 240 chart as well. And the reason why I've been really think it's an interesting spot at $28 per coin roughly, or it's 0.005 Bitcoins. And this is the reason. So what I see here with the chart is I see a lot of wicks in both directions. This is a 240, so it has a lot of time to be going back and forth. And what that tells me, it leads me to believe, is that there's probably some price manipulation going on, and this has been happening, a great deal lately, really, over the past few weeks, 2-3 weeks, and we've had it tremendously. So it tells me that you've got big buy walls coming in, big sell walls coming in. But what I do see is the volume is positive, and this is a more positive sign for NEO long term. You've got the upward sloping moving average, you've got it meeting its short-term moving average, and I could see this doing well for NEO. You've had, like I said, the most recent bars are more strength in green, and you've got less volume being traded lately, just like in Bitcoin. But I do see things turning up for NEO. I think it's going to retest that 33. That's going to be the key point. A little bit above 33, 33.20. If it can break through that 33.20, I think the next upside is going to be 38, which is a nice 35% gain from here. So that's what I have for the show for this week. We're going to be making a lot of updates to the YouTube channel, and just going to be doing a lot more updates in regards to making the channel more user friendly. So hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.